Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1. Mine's is better. Yours is cute.
Yeah,
Your pumpkin looks like it's like, huh?
I'm on a J. Cole beat. It's AnazjahJ, and you know I'm coming with the heat. 1997 is the year that I came alive, and ever since it's been good laughs and great vibes. It happens here and there, Dr. C's rhymes in your ear, rhyming, rapping off the dome, taking over this Jordan year, keeping it short and sweet. Like LOL, God's the savior of my life, so I'm never going to hell.
Type shit. Things of that nature. What was that about?
We're talking about self-sabotage.
Self-sabotage.
Yes. So, what would be like your little whatever self-sabotage?
Like a little got bullet points and stuff. All right, so I would say, especially now, people are not really as confident in themselves, and it makes things harder. You know, and not everyone can just be born out the womb, be like Spider-Man or like Miles Morales, you know, hand on the shoulder. Like no one can do that off the bat. Not everyone. So some people kind of doubt themselves, or they already have a picture of their
outcome.
Yeah, like what they are to them, and they have to kind of abide by those caricatures, or they're not them anymore, or it's like nerve-wracking to kind of step out of that or have some type of character development. And self-sabotage is like, I feel like it's just an easy way to me, it's a cop-out, to me personally. Because it's just you being scared that you can have the potential to do something beyond your wildest imagination. You can do it. You literally can do it. A lot of people can really do what they dream of doing. It's just they're nervous. They think about but, and once you say the but, you already doubt yourself, man. You don't even doubt yourself. Just go straight through it.
I feel like self-sabotage has to do with your subconscious mind. Like, once you already put something within your subconscious mind that it's gonna happen, it's like you don't necessarily do it on purpose, but like you indirectly fuck it up.
Yeah.
Like, I could say that me personally, okay, so I will say that my last relationship was not self-sabotage, but at the same time it was. It wasn't self-sabotage on the sense that like I had already felt like something was weird and something was off. But the reason why I say it was self-sabotage because that person wasn't trying to talk about that situation. They were just trying to let things play out. And because I felt like the relationship wasn't going to go anywhere anyway, I kind of was just like, look, if you want to leave, then leave. And it was kind of like, all right. And after that, it's just kind of like, well, damn.
Now it's like, man.
Damn, I didn't think you actually leave.
That girl actually went with the.
But yeah, I don't necessarily feel like self-sabotage has to do with doubt. But like, I do agree that it does have to do with like you being scared.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of us are scared of rejection, even if we don't like want to admit it.
Yeah. And
instead of following through with certain things, we count ourselves out.
And to go off of like kind of being scared of rejection, really it's like failure. So being scared of failure is really normal because everybody's gonna fail at least once. But I forgot what Kobe said. He said something about failure, where it was like Kobe. But
Ew, that smells like a pumpkin.
Ugh. Shit butt.
Do you eat pumpkin seeds?
Nah, hell no. Hell to no. I'm not eating pumpkin seeds. Hell to no. This is my first time even trying to draw one of these things. I'm not even gonna show them the face yet. I'm done. It's like Picasso type shit. But what is it? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, and that's a really common.
I thought Steph Curry said that.
I mean, hey, it makes sense. They're both shooters at the end of the day, and if they never shot the ball, then they wouldn't be known as shooters. And maybe when they were kids, they were also nervous, or usually they would be nervous to take those type of shots or to take a shot in general because you're scared of missing, you're scared of failure. But if you continuously put yourself out there and continuously grind, failure wouldn't be such a, stopping point. It wouldn't be such a looming, like, deterrent, because you'll be used to it by then. You're gonna mess up. Everyone messes up. It's just when.
I feel like people are afraid of failure due to the fact that, like, we live in a life where we're told that we're supposed to succeed, right?
Yeah.
And if you're failing, then you're not succeeding, But
when you're failing, say, I don't want to keep it to like sports. You can keep it to tests. So say you take a test, and you study for the test, right? You feel super confident. You get like a 60 out of 100. You're like, damn, I really failed this test. Like, this is bad. I'm dumb. Dumb as bricks. This is crazy. Now, at first you're gonna be like, you know what? I just shouldn't be taking tests like these no more, or I shouldn't have even tried, or now that you studied hard beforehand and you still failed the test, you're like, oh well, I shouldn't even try to study for anything else anyway.
Because I'm gonna fail anyway.
Because I'm gonna just fail.
That's a prime example of self-sabotage.
That's literally it. But see, now watch this. Say you take that same test again, the same exact one, you're gonna do better. Because you understand where you went wrong by failing in the first place.
Yeah. I feel like when we fail at certain things in life, because I can say, like, I self-sabotage myself in that way too. It's like when you fail the first time, it kind of gives you that sense of, bro, I should just fucking give up. Especially if it's something that, like, even, like, I don't feel like nobody in life tries something the first time, and when they fuck up, they're just kind of like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'm not going to try again. I feel like it comes down to the fact of, like, once you try on something multiple times, it does get to a point where you're like, you know what, I'm just not going to try anymore. And it's at that point where you start to self-sabotage yourself, because you might have a door that might open up that's right in front of you, so that way you'll be able to take that same opportunity, but you'll be scared to due to the fact that before you didn't get it.
But see, and that's where the make and break happens. The people that you look up to that are successful, those are the people that continue to grind even past the point of continuous failure, because they had that vision of what they can look like in their head instead of the vision of what they look like currently.
But even in those senses, only thing that you might see is their success. Like,
but you don't see the failure.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Before Kaepernick came out with, like, his whole video of how he had to go through certain different adversities in life to make it to where he is now, it's like only people saw was Kaepernick.
Yeah.
When it came to Picasso, or one of my famous actors, like one of my absolutely favorite actresses that I look up to, and that's one of the reasons why I did start my talk show, is Jennifer Hudson. Until I sat down and listened to one of Jennifer Hudson's interviews, it's like, before then, all I saw was dreams. All I saw was the fact that Jennifer Hudson was making it. All I saw was that Jennifer Hudson was successful. Mm-hmm. It's like, you know that it takes a certain type of work to get to that point.
Exactly.
But it's like when you don't see the work and all you see is the success, it's easier to count yourself out more than to say, like, okay, I could do that too, even though it's going to take some work, because you don't see the work that's put in.
But that's a common thing. So if you, because we everyone has access to the internet, and everyone can talk to people and you'll come across the same type of people that can be like, you know what, if I just tried just a little bit harder, or if I didn't doubt myself in this specific area, I would have been this, I would have been that.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start to add those dots up, it's upon you, and it's not easy. It's not. No one's ever gonna say that it's easy to do it,
Right.
because it's not supposed to be. That's why a lot of people self-sabotage in the first place. That is
Because
easy.
life isn't easy.
It's not easy. To continuously put yourself in a box is way easier than to keep trying to break down the wall of trying to do something different.
To easily remove yourself from a situation is a lot easier to have to deal with the thing straight on.
Right.
And that's one of the things where it's like, I feel like a lot more people, they're not necessarily like self-sabotaging because they're scared of the outcome. They're self-sabotaging because they don't want to have to deal with adversity.
But then,
like when you're, I'm gonna be honest.
That's
when
what
you're,
separates the people. That is what separates those who finally get to that top point and those who don't.
right, but it's like even when you're in grade school, and when you're in grade school, you're not taught to how to handle adversity. Your hands best.
Nah.
You were taught.
Hell yeah.
I don't feel like I was necessarily taught. I feel like the type of classwork and everything that we had was kind of just like do it, get it done, because it's like if you didn't understand it, it was kind of like you were handheld, like your hand was held to understand it. But it's like in life, in real life, you don't have somebody holding your hand.
Right.
You don't have somebody in your ear constantly. It's not, unless you have like very good family members, as I do, but unless you have like somebody in your corner 24/7, you don't have nobody there basically cheering you on like you do when you're going through grade school. So it's like once you graduate high school and you get into real life, it's like, okay, what do I do now?
You keep grinding. Because nobody's gonna cheer on someone who hasn't put that work in. Like, say you put an average Joe, average like.
Why does it always have to be a joke? How can we keep it a joke?
A Jane? Well, maybe it can be a Jane or a John or a Jonice or a damn Joanna man. I don't fucking know. I have no clue.
Joanna Man is so hilarious.
But once, like, say you have one of those type of people, the average people, because usually those be the ones that chat the most shit.
Mm-hmm.
You get one of those average people, you put them into like a professional sport or a professional event.
Mm-hmm.
Now they can have all the confidence in the world. You know, they could never doubt themselves off the rip. But if they didn't put the work in, they're not gonna, or they didn't go through the adversities and fail like how all the other professionals were doing before people were cheering them on.
Mm-hmm.
It won't mean shit. So you going by yourself and having to go through that a lonely road is evidence that you're on the right track. And it's a sign that you just have to keep going. And it's just not going to be easy. It won't.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
It is.
That's the thing. It's worth it. Me, when I was in middle school, immediately I already knew. If you want to be something, you just got to try. Like really hard. You have to really try hard. And it didn't matter what you wanted to do. You just had to try super hard. But I was also watching a bunch of sports. I was watching a bunch of early YouTubers who are now with 20 million, 100 million subscribers. And it's like, even if they started from their mom's basement, because a lot of them literally was in their mom's basement, recording the games or practicing.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody was there to cheer them on just yet. But eventually you start to accumulate those people who are like, nah, he's putting in that work. And I enjoy actually seeing him put the work in. I can relate to this guy. that is when you start to see the reward. But it takes a long time. And so a lot of people don't have the patience or the discipline to do it. Me, I know I still have a lot of work when it comes to that.
Okay.
But I can understand that whatever success that I want, it has to start with me. I'm the person that is going to be in control of it.
Okay.
At the end of the day. Because no matter what, if somebody cheers you on, you suck. They just cheer you on, just to cheer you on.
Just say the feelings will be here.
Right. And you couldn't be doing nothing.
So for yourself, right? What are some ways that you can say that like you probably still self-sabotage?
I'll say most recently, if I'm self-sabotaging, it's going to be for trying to find the perfect time to do things or have the perfect everything, basically. I want whatever I create, especially if it goes online, I want it to be at a not triple A, but I want it to be at a professional level where giant businesses and companies are making this stuff. And I don't have that yet. So I understand that I don't have that stuff, but the passion of me wanting to make it that quality is still there. I wouldn't call it self-sabotage. I would say I'm way too picky when it comes to what I put out. But that can in the long run be a really good thing. Before that, instead of just settling. Before that, I definitely did used to self-sabotage a lot because.
How? Not why.
Oh, I'm saying like if you're streaming, if you stream or you want to make a podcast or something, in the beginning you ain't gonna have nobody watching you. I'm telling you right now, unless you already have people in your corner and stuff, you're gonna have maybe at least like a couple people viewing, and that's all right. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. But time after time of just having like 2 to 3 people, and then one of them is yourself, because you gotta make sure the stream is up, or you say you're practicing and ain't nobody even recognizing the change in your game and stuff. You're like, dang, bruh.
Like I don't see this.
Nobody really sees the work being put in, or nobody sees the change but you. And the only thing I could say that I personally would do that with was streaming, and it would come to like schoolwork sometimes, a lot of the times, because I would study specific stuff a lot, but how I and take the information in, it made me have to work a lot harder than other people, and I was like, I would be pissed that I would have to do this and other people didn't, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. So I would settle. But you should never just settle.
True. I can say that some ways that I still currently self-sabotage is like with my YouTube channel, right? Instead of being consistent and putting in the extra work to find other avenues other than me like sitting down and talking with somebody, because it was like one video I had, I posted where I cooked a meal.
Yep.
And it was like, I had a conversation just basically giving my own opinion or review on an album that I really liked. It's like instead of me thinking of more ways like that to advocate myself and keep my views going, there's a lot of weeks where I just settle with not posting at all. Yep. And that doesn't help with the fact of me trying to build my viewers. And it's like, for me, at this point, it was kind of like that thought process of, it's okay anyway, because it's not like anybody's looking for me.
Nah, but see, and that's where you got to change that mindset to where it's like, that's why I switched. I said previously I was doing that. But now it's I've been trying to come up with ways in order for me to post stuff a lot more. And an easy way, especially if y'all gonna post something, I would say make a video goal of how many videos you want to post within that year. Not how many people you want to have watching.
Right.
Just
how many videos.
how much videos you want within that year. And that will make it less strenuous on you.
Okay. Yeah. I've been trying to think of like different ways for me to just continue. Yeah, it's a lot of just different ways to try to like to continue to just put myself out there and advocate for myself like that. And as you said, like it would be something where you would have to change your mindset, and that's what I started with. Like I feel like self-sabotage is more so of like a thought process.
Yep.
Like
So
if you're always thinking of what's like if you're always thinking of the worst that can happen, the worst is gonna happen, and you're gonna either put yourself down or subconsciously make the worst happen.
Yep.
Just so that way in your mind it's one of those things of like, see, I knew it, I was right. But it's like even though you were proven right, you don't realize that like you messed it up yourself.
Self-sabotage, man. It's ridiculous. But it makes sense. I think it's a instinctual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because usually when that would happen is when we would be judging like whether or not it would be safe to do this or safe to go out and fight this type of animal or hunt or pick this type of berry.
Oh, this will fit on my head.
Not now.
Okay.
I don't think so.
I feel like it would.
Oh yeah,
I feel like
probably
it
would.
fits.
I'm not putting mine on.
Oh yeah, it fits. I'm not putting mine on.
Ew.
Oh.
I squunch all this out.
No, I squunched on mine out. See?
Damn! Shit!
Yeah, you're a slow cook.
Nah, this is my first time doing this. It's alright though. Watch.
Me too.
This is alright though. Watch. I'm gonna have the better pumpkin face.
Okay.
Way better.
Okay.
But yeah, man. I would say don't doubt yourself, and you'll stop doubting yourself when you put that work in.
No, because I feel like for example, with my papers, right? Because like I'm in school right now. With my papers, I put in so much work with trying to make sure I'm using the correct grammar, the correct wording, everything that goes into my paper. And it's like when I read my paper, I think to myself, dang, this is good, but I feel like it could be better. And then it's like I start to doubt if I even did my paper the correct way, if I even did it according to the standards. And it's like when I write my papers, I literally have the rubric sitting right there. So it's like I know that as I'm writing it according to what I want to get based off the rubric. But it's like even in those times, I still like doubt myself, and it gets to a point to where I'll send my papers off to my friends or to my mom to read for them to give me feedback. And it's like every time it's like, this is really good. The way you worded it was so well. Like, I like it.
A lot of famous authors did that, and they'll doubt themselves too. I thought didn't J.K. Rowling literally think that her shit wasn't even gonna blow up? When lo and behold, yeah, come quite the goddamn opposite. I mean, if you're thinking, at least you're thinking like that instead of thinking immediately this can't be better. But you're saying, can it be better? Which gives you room to be like, I can probably make this better, and it's within my skill set. Now, if you would have been like, I don't like it, and there's no way that I can even try to make this better. At that point, I would consider that self-sabotage. But what you're doing is critiquing yourself.
Okay.
That wouldn't be self-sabotage because you already know you put the work in.
Right.
So you've already went through the process of shooting. Now you're critiquing the shot. Well, dang, could I have shot it earlier?
Yeah, could
Or
I
could I
have
have been
done
in?
well earlier? Could
Yeah.
I have done this? Could I have done that?
Right, that's critiquing.
Right.
That's going
But I
back.
feel like that has to deal with self-doubt because it's like you could critique yourself so much that you'll critique yourself out of turning that paper in. Like you'll self-sabotage yourself and critiquing yourself. Like you're your own worst critic.
Yes.
I feel like you could do that so much. Like somebody could do that so much that like it'll make them just not turn the paper in at all.
Well, not turning the paper in, that's
Like
that's
not.
something
I'm saying
yeah.
that specific paper. It's like they'll probably take it and just start from ground zero, right? You're sleeping that.
No.
Fuck.
All right.
I promise you, the eyes on my pumpkin are not going to be like the same height.
Oh, you're making it like Sin Cara from WWE.
So who is that?
Sin Cara?
Who is that?
Shout out Sin Cara, the second Rey Mysterio. I said it, the second Rey Mysterio. He is tough though. He's a wrestler. I don't know if he's still in. I haven't watched wrestling in like 7 years, maybe 5.
Okay, so I feel like I want to like trace this eye on a piece of paper and then do it on the same side because this is fucked up.
Oh, I mean no, because some people's eyes are like that.
It looks like.
Some people's eyes are like that. You know what I'm saying?
It looks like a Spider-Man mask.
Yeah, the Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
The one with the messed up face. And
Should I redo the eyes or should I just leave
what
it?
the no?
See, this is the self-doubting thing. Okay, I'll just leave it.
No, I wouldn't redo the eyes. The eyes are completely perfect. Just like how my eyes on my pumpkin, it's gonna be completely perfect. This is about to be the greatest pumpkin known to man. And you know why? Because I made it.
Oh, cool.
The greatest pumpkin carver known.
But yeah.
And all the West blue. And the East blue. And the South blue. Oh, man. But I wonder where that's. I feel like that starts. I feel like that starts in like. You're probably right with the elementary school stuff.
Yeah.
But so then, how do you explain, right? How do you explain people who are really good at performing, who never really doubted themselves? What do you think separates
That's
them?
a lie.
No, not never doubted themselves, but weren't afraid of failing. So it looks like they have this crazy abundance of confidence in anything that they do. How do you explain those people?
I explain those people as their parents had a lot of like influence on them. Because like for me, my dad and my mom have always taught me it's okay to fail. It's okay to fall. Just make sure you get back up. Like I remember when I was growing up, there was this time, first grade, I fell off my bike and I cut my arm from like all the way to my wrist, all the way to like my elbow. And like I walked inside, and the moment that I was like about to cry, you know what my dad told me? Good job. You know what we're gonna do?
What?
We're gonna put a band-aid on it, and then you're gonna go back outside. You're okay. It's okay to fall and get back up. Just make sure that you dust off. It's okay to fail. It's what you do after you fail that matters. If you fail and you sit in that failure, or you sit in that state of just like, I'm just trash,
Exactly.
then you're always gonna be trash.
Yeah.
But if you take that failure and you're like, you know what? Even though this